So I have for you a presentation from someone who lives also in the industry marketing zone, and Ray Umali is going to take it over from here. Ray.
Hello, hello. Does this thing work? Hi everybody, what's up? How's it going? This is my reaction when Charlie asked me to present to you guys. I was so excited. So I did some research on you guys, did some Facebook stalking. You guys do social media, cool, respectful, responsible, resilient. Okay, I think I'm that too. You guys have a packed calendar. You guys care about AP placements, graduation rates. That's kind of cool. You guys care about going to college. All right, great. So a little bit about me. I'm an immigrant from the Philippines. I love cooking, reading, and eating. Yes, that is a hobby. I work for, as Charlie said, the marketing department here at Esri, and I absolutely love it. Nice to meet you guys. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So what are we here to talk about? Well, I really want to talk about three things. I want to talk about plans, I want to talk about failures, and I want to talk about values. A lot to cover in 5 minutes. I know what you're saying. You don't even know me, Ray. Why are you giving me some advice? Get off me. And to that I say, well, it wasn't too long ago that I was just exactly in your shoes, in high school, caring about the same things, going to homecoming, going to football games, dressing up for Halloween, and taking AP classes and things like that, right? And I made plans after high school, like many of you. I wanted to change the world, be the change you wish to see in the world, as they say. And I knew that I wasn't gonna probably end poverty or achieve world peace. So my small contribution was, I'm gonna be a high school teacher. That's what I'm gonna do to change the world. So this is my A to B plan. It's gonna be definitive. I'm gonna get a 5 on all my tests, get into my dream university, double major in history and sociology, be totally awesome in school, and then become the world's greatest teacher in the history of civilization. No questions asked. Pretty easy, right? And you know when you try to do something for the first time, and you're like, I'm gonna be great at this, but you're actually a sloth trying to do yoga? Well, expectation and reality never quite matched for me. I never did take my AP tests. Yeah, not a great start, I admit. Did not get accepted to my dream university off the bat. I went to a community college. So I felt like hiding. All of my friends went to Ivy Leagues and things like that. I did not also double major in history and sociology. I found myself in a geography and GIS class, which is all the technology that is based here, and I fell in love with it. So I followed that, and I followed my heart. So it's not bad, right? Not bad. So my plan of kicking ass in college and totally being awesome, I failed a few classes, I changed my major a couple times, I struggled to make friends, and I still have nervous sweats about calculus. So for those of you who struggle in calculus, you're not alone. That was me studying for my calculus exams. Graduated in 4 years. I did it in a measly 6 years. So, wow, that's a lot. You remember that plan that I showed you earlier that was definitive? None of that happened. The A to B, the linear progression, it wasn't so simple, right? It wasn't so easy. It wasn't so cut and dry. I lived in the red every day for 6 years, and it allowed me to discover so much about myself. And I want to tell you that sometimes, living in the red is great. Like, you discover so much of yourself, and you're defining your path along the way. You can't plan something that is so variable, right? And you're allowing your path based on what you feel, based on what works for you.
Typography that they do. Of course, it was impossible to connect the dots looking forward when I was in college, but it was very, very clear looking backwards 10 years later. Again, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path.
So that was me. I was always, as I failed, I was redirected to something else, and I was always just trying to follow my heart, what worked for me and what didn't. I would eventually transfer to UCLA, where a lot of you live close to. I'm very familiar with the traffic, and this is my family. And I got there because I really tried to understand what my values were, what I was trying to achieve, what I cared about. And that's really what it means to follow your heart. And I look back at it now, standing in front of you today, and I look back at the path, and it makes more sense looking back than it does when I try to map it all out, right? Like, I changed my major a couple times because I didn't actually end up liking history. Like, I don't care that Augustus dominated Rome. Like, who cares, right? Like, failed calculus because obviously I wasn't good at it, and I didn't go on to become a mathematician. So I eventually got my shit together, transferred to UCLA, and interned in a transit agency, and then eventually interned to a mapping company. So I leave you with this. What do you value? What are you willing to fail at? Where are you willing to live in the red zone? What do you care enough about that you love it so much that you're gonna fail at it and keep trying and keep doing? Values are usually set by either yourself or someone else. And I hope you choose your values based on your beliefs and not someone else's expectations of yourselves. Thank you, and if you have any questions, please let me know.